I came across my feed on Twitter recently, like yesterday actually, and I just wanted to just go through it and just talk about it. It's not the first time. Of course, this is a pastor calls for gay people to be endgamed in the gutter. That sounds very. Where in history have I seen this happen? Hard dogs fast like a German Shepherd and Vias. Fine dogs fast like a German Shepherd and Vias a puppy race. Oh yeah, Nazi Germany, and of course, communist Russia. That's why I've seen that. So let's read through this. It's not the first time a preacher from the Steadfast Baptist Church. Why is it always the Baptists? Why is it always the freaking Baptists who advocate for this kind of crap? It's not the first time has made the news over calls for violence against LGBTQ plus people. It's always the freaking Baptists. Like, a pastor at a church in Texas labeled a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center delivered a sermon calling for the government execution of LGBTQ plus. I told you this is told you this sounded familiar. Sounded a lot like this, and I bet you this guy would deny that he's a that he's. Oh, I'm not advocating fascism, but I am advocating fascism. That's kind of what that's kind of what, you know. I think the Italians might have did this themselves as well. Might have did stuff like this. But here's what a pastor at a church in Texas labeled a hate group. And by the Southern Poverty Law Center delivered a sermon calling for the government execution of LGBTQ plus folks. And it's not the first time he's made such disturbing calls for violence. In his sermon entitled Why We Won't Shut Up, Dylan AWES, whatever his name is, of the Steadfast Baptist Church in Hearst said gay men were predatory maps. Or maps of predatory. Oh yeah, this. So this is what the guy is pretty much saying. So this is what that pastor's pretty much saying is this. I had to bring that up. That's one of my favorite meme templates, by the way, is the Trojan horse meme template. That's who have either committed sex crimes against a child or just haven't had the opportunity to do so yet, leading him to the conclusion that we need to put these people to death through the proper channels of government. Heil! Heil! It's a fellow's face! whatever his last name is, AWES, claimed the Bible's solution to what he called the sodomite deception is queer should be lined up against the wall and shot in the back of the head. What does God say is the answer, is the solution for the homosexual in 2022? Here in the New Testament is him saying, here in the book of Romans, that they are worthy of death, AWES said. Every single homosexual in our country should be charged with a crime. The abomination of homosexuality that they have, they should be convicted in a lawful trial. They should be sentenced to death. They should be lined up against the wall and shot in the back of the head. Yeah. No. AWES and the Steadfast Church are in the midst of an anti-Pride month where he visits various local churches, organizations, and celebrating Pride, and films himself calling these churches blasphemous and tools of Satan. See, there's a reason why I have my problems with such churches, but they're not the same problems that this fascist piece of shit and his other fascist cohorts hold to. You know, might as well just say the word. Might as well just say what's on my mind. Even though people probably heard me say it so many times that they're sick and tired of it. Well, they don't know that I'm doing a video about this. And what this sounds a lot like. I mean, you guys already know, because I've already made that point clear. Here... Last month, another preacher at the church, Jonathan Shelley, made the news for his call to commit violence against LGBTQ plus people at an Arlington City Council meeting in May. Shelley railed against Pride, saying the Bible teaches we should hate Pride, not celebrate it. I'm a little bit on the fence with Pride, because Pride is something that I don't condone. I mean, Pride is something that you probably want to be very careful with. You know, because there is such a thing as being too prideful. But I wouldn't outright condemn it, because I don't really... But here's here's more. God's ruled the murder, adultery, witchcraft, rape, bestiality, and homosexuality are crimes worthy of capital punishment. He said. Steadfast Baptist Church's website says the government should impose the death penalty for homosexuals, but Christians should not take the law into their own hands. So they want the anti-gay laws back. Fantastic. You know, this... other things it lists as sins include abortion. Well, that depends upon what you're doing in abortion. Like, there are times where you're going to have to make a decision whether the child to spare the life of the mother or the life of the child. And that's something that you're still committing murder, by the way. You're still murdering. Is this you're murdering the mother? Ooh! Oh! Oh! You know, think about that one. Think about that one before you it's. You ever notice how one-sided abortion is? How one-sided the abortion thing? It's murder if you kill the baby, but it's not murder if you kill the mother. This shows how it shows how one-sided, or rather, it's killing. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Take the life of the mother. I'm just pointing that out. I'm just pointing it out as sometimes a little bit of a gray area. A little bit of a gray area. Depends upon how you look at it. You know, and I'm talking about that extreme where the mother's life is at risk and the child's life is where you have to where someone may choose that. You know, and here's other things it lists as things: abortion, birth control, in vitro fertilization. You know, sometimes people can't have babies. Maybe that's the only way to have a baby. Feminism and ecumenicalism. It does not say if these are worthy of capital punishment. It's an independent church not affiliated with any larger Baptist body. I would almost think that these people were associated with the Westboro Baptist Church. But, you know, that could be. And AWES has also produced a video called The Sodomite Deception, which purports to center that the alleged dangers of the LGBTQ plus community, but appears to little more than anti-gay epithets and threats. Why aren't all these Baptists standing up and saying these freaks should go back to hell, should go back to the closet, put a bullet in your head? AWES angrily asks in the trailer of the movie, why aren't they saying? Because they're not crazy little, because they're not 7-lettered F words that want government, that want the government to mass exterminate people. They're not advocating authoritarianism. They're the sane Christians. They may consider it a sin, but they're not outright advocating that people should be put to death. It's not like the homosexual is going to bother you, for God's sake. No homos ever be allowed in this church ever again. Never! Steven Anderson. Oh yeah, I talked about Steven Anderson on my channel before. Of the Faithful Word Baptist Church shrieks in the video. More commonly, Aaron Thompson of the Share Foundation Baptist Church calls for the murder of the LGBTQ community in the film is Is the law of the Lord perfect, or is it not? Thompson asks. It's perfect, and what did he say put them to death? Well, I disagree with all this with the Heil in Zephyros face, dude. And I hope you enjoyed me reading my little jokes. I might have actually. This is the hand that the Hail Caesar hand. I might have used this hand. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, you get what I mean. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, peace out.